Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Headbanger's Closet. Appreciate everybody checking out the channel. I've been slacking big time making videos, but Metallica's Death Magnetic turned 14 years old about a month ago. September 12th, 2008 it came out, and this is going to be my new and improved Metallica Death Magnetic collection video. If you've been watching this channel for any length of time, I don't know why, but I did a Death Magnetic collection video about 2 years ago, and since then I've got a few more items I kind of want to show you guys, and I figured, what better time than now? I really dig this album. Honestly, it's probably towards the bottom of my Metallica albums if I was to do a ranking, but I'm a huge Metallica fan. I mean, can you tell? But it's kind of hard with as great as a band as they are, and all the great albums. Some albums got to kind of be towards the bottom, and Death Magnetic is one of those. Although I really dig it. I mean, it's got some great songs. Really excited when I was reading the articles and interviews on Metallica's website that they were going to go into the studio and record. The guys are saying all the right things, all the cliche things that people say when they're putting out a new album. Oh, it's going to be our best album yet, or we went back to our roots. And they kind of did. I mean, a lot of people said it was a return to form for the band, going back to that old school thrashy era, and I tend to agree. I like the fact that they had said they would listen to a lot of Puppets and Ride the Lightning when they were thinking about recording and getting inspiration for the album and stuff like that. You can hear it on a lot of the songs. To kind of go through some of the tracks right here, you got That Was Just Your Life, End of the Line, great tunes, 1-2 Punch, and that's what opened up the set on the tour for that record, which was 2008, 2009 for the most part. Almost a full 2 years at least the full year of 2009 and the better part at the end of 2008. But there are songs like Broken, Beaten, Scarred, and Cyanide that to me sound like very kind of 70s era Black Sabbath, very doom, groove metal type stuff. But like I said, it is somewhat of a return to form, and I was really excited to hear that Rick Rubin was going to be on tap to produce it. Kind of got a little bummed out, though, when I was here that he'd show up for like a day, give his opinion on something, then bail for like 2 weeks. But the album came out great, in my opinion. There is something going on sonically with it, something with the sound I'm not really feeling. I don't know what it is. I'm not an expert in audio engineering and producing of albums, so I don't know what it is, but definitely you can tell there's something going on. But it's just a great overall record. Now, whatever it was they had going on that album, they went away from it because Hardwired sounds like a real studio album should, in my opinion. It's just very clean. It's good, but there's something going on with Death Magnetic that I wasn't jiving with. But overall, still a great record. You got tunes on it that's very Fade to Black, very Sanitarium, very One-like, with The Day That Never Comes, where it kind of starts off clean and kind of melodic and nice, and then bam, second half of the song is full-on metal, very fast, dueling guitar solos and melodies with James and Kirk. Really cool tune. All Nightmare Long, The Judas Kiss, and instrumentals on this album, Suicide Redemption. You get The Unforgiven 3, which is a great tune. Highly recommend listening to that song on headphones and just focusing on James's rhythm guitar. Really cool. And then the album ends with a straight up mid-80s barn burn of a thrash tune in My Apocalypse, very reminiscent of Damage Inc., Dyer's Eve, and Battery even, just that kind of vibe and feel to it. Just really quick, like 3.5, 4 minute juggernaut of a tune. The thrashiest song on the record, if you ask me. But love the record. Really dig that album cover, one of my favorite album covers from Metallica, very underrated. They've got a lot of kick-ass album covers, with exception of the last one, which sucked. But this is cool. I really dig the open grave right there. Gatefold, just pictures of the dudes and the lyrics to the tunes. Blackened recordings right there. There was a Warner Brothers release right when it came out in 2008, which I do not have, and I kind of figured, I've got all the other versions, kind of don't really need that one. I mean, maybe if I got it as a gift one day, I wouldn't be too upset, but it's kind of pricey right now. I don't really feel like adding it. There's the label right there. There's a white Death Magnetic Metallica logo label. Here's another copy right here, sealed. And talking about that album cover, I want to show you guys the CD. So here's the CD. And when you picked it up, it had like a little like plastic thing on there with the album, with Metallica and then the album name. And you can kind of put your hand in there, it feels the open grave. And then just some of the photos, to show you guys a couple of these, which I thought was cool. You read the lyrics, listen to the song, you'll kind of get why the photo was there. But My Apocalypse is a picture of a car crash. Let's do a couple of these that are kind of my favorites. All Nightmare Long, picture of a dude in a bed having the nightmare. Suicide and Redemption's like photo of like what it'd be look if a guy was like looking down to the street from a tall building, maybe he was contemplating on jumping. And then, not funny, it's kind of sad, but the end of the line, it's like the slaughterhouse and there's the cow behind the open grave. But really cool, really dig that, you know, kind of like 3D-ish kind of effect right there going on. I don't know what you call it, but really cool. Dig the CD. And then here's the All Nightmare Long CD single. You got All Nightmare Long, Wherever It May Roam Live, Puppets Live, Blacken Live, and Seek and Destroy Live. So pretty cool CD single right there. Here is, I'll just show you guys oh no, let's do the vinyl. I'll show you that poster a little bit in a few minutes. But here's the reissue of Blacken Recordings as well. The Walmart exclusive vinyl on silver or what is it called? I've got it sealed right here too. It's called magnetic silver vinyl. So basically the same thing, gatefold, but on silver, which is pretty sharp looking. Definitely something I was excited to add to the collection. So like I said, they went on tour. Album comes out in September, and they go right on tour. I saw them in Boston, I think that late fall, early winter. And then 2009, I waited most of the year to see them play. Then they came back to the Southeast on that, you know, that kind of second to last leg of the tour, if you will. Saw them in Nashville, which was probably the best show on the tour, in my opinion, because Lemmy came out and played some Motorhead songs with them. Kind of after that, where they play for like an hour and 40 minutes, go off, and they come back for like 3 or 4 songs. Lemmy came up. Unfortunately for me, I was on the other side of the stage, so I just saw his back when he was playing and singing the Motorhead songs. But it was really cool to see Metallica play with them. And you could tell the guys were really excited. Like James was doing some vocals with Lemmy, and the 4 guys just kind of looking at each other like, holy shit, Lemmy's here, we're playing with Lemmy. So it's really cool. I know they did the Lemmy 50th birthday party some years before that, but really, really cool to see them having that much fun on stage. Here's some of the ticket stubs from the shows. And of course, Atlanta. Here's the ticket for Atlanta at Phillips Arena. Was a really cool, memorable one because here's my hometown. Here's another one right here from the website. This is just a regular Ticketmaster version, but really enjoyed that. The last one, the very last show on the tour was San Jose, which I went to. Really cool. That was kind of the start of me meeting a lot of the Metallica fan club people that I've been friends with ever since. Farthest I ever traveled from Metallica by myself to see the band play at that time. Flew all the way from Atlanta to San Jose. Did the night before party, met some friends, hung out with them all day of the show. Went to the show, stood at the rail with them. Saw Volbeat opened. Volbeat was really cool. It's the first time I've ever heard Volbeat on that at that show. And then hang out with them after the show, and then just been friends ever since. So really great time. That fall, that was late December of 2009. That fall, I started dating the young lady that would eventually become my wife, and she was like, "So you're going to Nashville, and then Atlanta, then Tampa, then San Jose for Metallica? Like, why do you got to go to all these places? Can't you just go once?" I'm like, let's have the conversation, right? And then as the years went on, I've gone to see her more times. She kind of gets it now, but she really wasn't sure what she was walking into back then. But what was really cool is when the tour ended, she found this poster. It's basically, I guess, tour poster, if you will, for just all the U.S. dates, and they combined all the legs, 2008 and 2009, onto one poster, which I thought was pretty cool. There's all the cities right there, so pretty cool. It was awesome of her to kind of see that. She was out some mall somewhere in Atlanta and saw it and picked it up for me, so that was pretty cool. Really appreciate that. So anyway, fast forward a few years, Metallica announces the 30th anniversary shows. The 4 posters are up there behind me. I was fortunate enough to go to the first 2 nights as ticket stubs. And each night they debuted a new song off of what would become the Beyond Magnetic EP. Here it is on CD. Really cool EP. The day after each of those 30th anniversary shows, rather, you could download it on iTunes, and then on December 13th, 2011, you could buy the CD. I picked it up. Got the 4 tunes on it: Hate Train, Just a Bullet Away, Hell and Back, and Rebel of Babylon. Not as fast of tunes as what is on the album, but song is just as good in my opinion. Kind of like a more mid-tempo heavy metal, if you will, kind of what we've been used to Metallica probably since the Black Album. Just good straight up heavy metal. Great tunes. I love this thing. I listen to this thing quite a bit when I'm working out. Still holds up, still kicks ass to this day. I dig the fact that they put out an EP. There's not a whole lot of EPs in Metallica's catalog, so I like it. Like that there's extra stuff to collect. Like the vinyl version, which is kind of like that Walmart on Silver Magnetic. It's basically the same thing. Really cool. I was looking for this thing for a long time. Looking on it on Discogs, eBay, and just the prices were, come on, I don't want to pay over $100 for the thing. But I saw this at a record show in Atlanta, and yeah, I maybe paid a little bit too much, because coincidentally, right after I bought it, prices on eBay started dropping. But I'm glad I got it. I'm glad I got it at a record show. Maybe kind of supported a local record store. But really cool EP. I love it. I dig the fact, like I said, that there's extra stuff to collect. But I honestly believe these songs are good enough to put on the album. So almost to the conclusion of my Death Magnetic collection of things I wanted to show you. And I saved the best for last. This is my Metallica Death Magnetic coffin case box set. You see the right there, made in England, of course. Big surprise there, because England has all the best shit, right? Usually is up there behind the Eddie Funko Pops. But check this thing out, dude. This is so badass. So I picked this up a while back, a couple years ago online, and it was complete. And I kind of hassled the guy quite a bit for like a week or so. I wanted to make sure it was complete. It was not sealed, so he opened up and showed me everything, and it was complete. You can kind of get duped with a lot of these things on eBay. They say complete, but they're missing something. But you can pick this thing up for like $110, $120, and to me, it's totally worth it. So just check it out right here. Let's kind of scooch back a little bit to show you the flag. Pretty cool coffin flag with the metallic M's, and it's pretty dang big. I gotta scooch way back for you to see the whole thing, but it's probably about a good, 4 feet wide, 2.5 feet tall. A really cool flag. I'll fold it back up here. Oh, I suck at folding. All right, so this is pretty cool too. You get the coffin shaped, and it's just a picture of the guys in the band, which was on the gatefold thing I showed you guys a minute ago. It's all the guys in the band, pretty cool. Scooch back up. Pretty cool t-shirt. I'll never open this thing. I'll never wear it because I don't want to mess it up. Cool looking, laminate with a Metallica Death Magnetic download card, and then some guitar picks. And during the recording of the album, you could go on the website Metallica.com and watch kind of short clips of the band recording it, listen to some clips of some of the songs, and some of the tunes actually I was really digging, listened to quite a bit of it, and then you hear the full version, and it's different. But this is the DVD right here, the Making Magnetic. And when this album came out, I remember, like I said, I watched a lot of these web videos and listened to a lot of the clips. The album came out, I picked it up, and then the next day I was going to South Carolina to watch Georgia play South Carolina for college football. So I was basically in an RV for like 4.5 hours, just listening to the album on iTunes over and over and over again, really kind of digesting it, drinking a bunch of beer, driving up there. So it was kind of a good time, really getting into the record. And that's when I kind of really was like, oh, I know this song, I know this part because of the web videos. But so every song on the record, just a little snippet of them recording and writing the album, stuff like that. Then you get the demos. Again, a lot of the stuff we heard and saw on the website is on here. These are all different titles. You get High Guy, 19, Black Squirrel, Casper, Flamingo, German Soup, UK3, Gym Bag, Cthulhu, which is K2LU, which is the Suicide Redemption instrumental, just like Call of Cthulhu is. And then it closed out with 10. So all of the songs right there, just different working titles. And then, of course, here's the actual album. And this is that front part I was telling you about. It's just, you can peel it off. This is Metallica, Death Magnetic right there. So it's pretty cool. So, yeah, that's my Death Magnetic collection. I really dig this one. A lot of cool stuff to collect with this particular album. And like I said, great tour. Enjoyed all the shows I went to on that tour. Met some great friends that I'm still really great friends with today. And kind of a, like I said, one of my least favorite Metallica records, but just, really good time of my life for this particular album to come out and just go on and see a bunch of shows on the tour and whatnot. But Metallica, Death Magnetic Coffin Case, awesome. Highly recommend if you dig the band, dig the album, pick this up. It's amazing. But yeah, that's my Metallica Death Magnetic collection. All the pertinent items, at least. So let me know in the comments down below what you think about that album. You guys hearing that thing I am, that weird, just the way it sounds a little off. Did you go to any shows on that tour? Let me know which ones in the comments below. Hit that like and subscribe if you don't mind. And go find me on Instagram. And I'll have another video for you guys very soon. I promise I won't slack off anymore. I'll get back to doing them like once a week. So take care, guys. As always, cheers.